Safeties, two safeties in one game in the same quarter. The all-pro defensive end for the Rams, for the New York Giants, a heartbeat. He was on the Patriots. Just kind of smelt the logo, and that was about it. And, of course, the acting legend, the one and only Fred Dryer.
You know, I was on the Patriots for 15 minutes on paper, as Mike says. But, you know, I'm looking here at all the great shoe deals and all the great contracts, the incentive programs. Gronkowski, the Patriot tight end, has renegotiated his contract, and it's based on performances, 3-tiered performance deal, and it could get him, $48 million.
$48 million?
It could. And
then, now that's more than you used to make in the season.
That's more than I made in the offseason. Exactly right. And then you got Odell Beckham, who's just signed a deal with Adidas. That's going to give him $40 million plus over an 8-year period of time. And so what's wonderful about sports is the commercialization and the individual success that individual players can have outside of their team, outside of the structure of let's all work together and build a championship and get money and get a ring. These guys are now able to go to shoe places, to market themselves, and do all this wonderful stuff. And then there's stuff here in the newspapers where you have guys like the backup quarterback, Trayvon Boykin. He's a backup quarterback.
Mr. Boykin.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Trayvon, wasn't he involved in some sort of a
Yeah, somebody shot him, I think.
I don't think so. It's a different Trayvon.
You sure?
Trayvon Boykin. He's with Seattle's Supersonics.
Yeah, and so he was undrafted free agent in 2016. He served as Russell Wilson's backup last year.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't like that job because he's too busy being arrested on misdemeanor charges of marijuana possession and public intoxication this last March. So there's a guy here who's decided, no, I don't want a career. I don't want to make a life for myself. I'd rather get drunk and do dope and stumble around in public.
So he could have all these deals you're talking about, but he's walking away from them.
Well, the beauty here it is. The beauty of life is what one person sees over another in the same bathwater. You know, we're all in the same experience.
You're right.
And people interpret it different ways.
You're right.
And this jackass, and I've seen him. I played with him. In life, you've seen him. No matter what job description you're doing.
That type of person you're talking about.
But you see those types of people all the time, and they're loaded in sports because of the cultural construct of the young people coming into sports, coming out and away from, not too good of a home life and a background. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there who are taking their opportunities and making the most of them.
Right.
And Trayvon Boykin, the backup for the Seattle Seahawks, a quarterback, is not one of them. And so I look at this. I look at the great successes that are out there, and it's a wonderful life for those who choose to define it as such.
All right, we're going to have more here. We're just getting going here in the lounge. You can follow Fred Dryer on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, DRYER, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer, and you can email him. Don't forget, we always like to read your emails on the show. Fred Dryer at CRNTalk.com. Fred Dryer, CRNTalk.com. It's the lounge with Fred Dryer.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the Certified Pre-Owned Sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
We are back here in the Sports Lounge. I am Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dreyer. And so, Fred, we talk about this here at the opening of the show, and Trayvon Boykin not wanting to continue as a backup quarterback for Seattle, and it's like all this kind of stuff going on. Anyway, so I got a couple of jobs for you, not just you, but former players that I think should be available to try to take on some of these newbies in the league and kind of educate them to say, look, hey, when I played, here's how much money we used to make, and here's the deals we used to get, and you're throwing all this stuff away. Maybe you could shed some light onto these guys. You ever think about that as an idea? Maybe as a person to go ahead and
well, that's a natural progression of the problem.
Yeah.
But the league has things for people.
What do you mean?
Well, they have seminars. The league puts on seminars for people to say, hey, come on in with your agent. Come on in and sit down and let's what are you going to do with a kid who's 20 years of age, who has nothing, whose parents might be dead, or think of the most exotic scenario that a kid could come from, and then dial it back to try to figure out how you would help him comprehend not only his sudden status, but his financial situation. You give a guy $25-35 million in a draft over the weekend, and boy, he's in deep trouble if he doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
So you look at this, and I look at this Trayvon Boykin, what his decisions are. They don't know if they're going to bring him back now, which is one of the reasons that led me into getting the article here, is Colin Kaepernick, ex-49er. He's the one now that's being considered as a backup.
Oh, wow.
So
for Seattle?
Yeah.
Well, if he starts kneeling up there, I don't know.
Well, it's all about this. Here's the narrative.
Yes.
Why hasn't Colin been signed by a team yet?
Good point, Fred Dreyer.
Why haven't they signed him? And we think, and of course you ask every black guy imaginable, why do you think Colin Kaepernick hasn't been signed? Racism. And that's what they'll say.
It couldn't be that he was kneeling and that people are fed up with it, and that's why the ratings are down.
Well,
on
it's
the
called
NFL.
behavior.
Yeah,
Anybody with any color can behave badly, no matter what it is.
Correct.
But when someone starts telling you and starts preaching to you and politicizing his job description, you start defining those around you. I don't want to be a part of someone's political stance. If you want to ask me, hey, Fred, would you go with me this weekend after the game's over with? Would you go down to the gas station and help me protest the fact that black guys are being beaten up by white cops? If you put it to me that way, then it would give me an opportunity to say, well, wait a minute, I agree with you, or I don't agree with you based on these following things. No, he doesn't. So he decides to wait for the game and then act out on his politic. And at the same time, he drags the team and ownership. He drags the league and everybody else down the hole with him. And so when you look at a guy like that, he was talked to by everybody along the path the entire year.
He didn't listen.
And he just said, pound sand. And so now when he wants a job, people are saying, maybe I should think about this.
Exactly.
Then they're deemed as racist. That's the problem we have today. One of the many problems we have. But Pete Carroll is he's one of these guys who thinks he can wrangle anybody and slap them around and shape them up a little bit. And here's the other thing. On the other side of that, I think Colin Kaepernick needs some of that NFL guidance.
That I'm talking about, right?
I think he needs to someone sit down with him and say, hey, here's how it works.
But maybe he needs to not get signed for a while so he realizes, hey, maybe he should listen to somebody.
I don't think they're considering it, it's a punishment. I think they just say, hey, look, life's too short to show up under these concentrated schedule of 16 games and rely on somebody and as much as a lot of his black teammates might want to go with hands up, don't shoot mentality that's been spreading out through the National Football League. And it seems to be the sport that has the most people responding to it. So you look at this and you figure out, well, what's to be done? What's to be done with people, regardless of their color? What's to be done with people who behave poorly? You better stand back and take a look at them.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether they're black or white. It's a different.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make any
Exactly.
difference.
And so I would say that you say the league has, mentoring or whatever. I think that's a thing they could do with some of the ex-players. Could sit down with them and say, look, we had some tough times, and here's what we did, and try to get through to them. Now, I have one other idea for you that I think this one is genius, because you mentioned that a player that wises off, loses out not only on salary to be on a team, but all the endorsements and all that money that can bring to you. So here's an idea for you, Fred, and some of the other great players that are around. What if you older players started endorsing stuff for we older guys?
False teeth?
Or, arch support tennis shoes, stuff like that. I mean, literally a line of shoes.
Laxatives?
Yeah, I wasn't really going down that route, but you could do laxatives. You could do. I would say arch supports. I'm just thinking there's probably a line of Nikes or something that people could go ahead and wear if they're older that gives you a little more support. And we older guys would sit there and go, wow, Fred Dreyer, look at he still looks good. I'm going to wear these shoes and I'll look just as good when I'm walking around. I think this is something you should pursue. It's just a little idea that just flipped out here.
You think I should do that?
Maybe it's laxatives.
You
I don't
think
know.
I should take that demographic and just home in on it?
They have them on TV now where the guy's got a problem going to the bathroom and the guy says, here,
Well,
take
they
some of this.
talk about everything on TV.
Well, and so, but you could do that as a legend of not only sports.
Well, they do. They have older notable celebrities from various parts of the workplace.
That one guy, William Devane, is constantly sitting on a golf cart in the middle of a gigantic rainstorm.
Talking about gold.
Yes, he talks
That's
gold.
a good thing to talk about.
But you could talk other things, it's important, like quality tennis shoes for, my age demo.
Yeah, you say if here I'm in my golf court and I get up real slowly and walk over to the tee and just really gingerly put the ball down and swing and say, if your ass hurts like mine, get back in the greens. Get back on the greens.
You're making fun of this, but I'm
with
telling
ass
you,
blow.
This is really
This is super ass blow.
Take it easy. We're gonna have to edit the whole show.
Hey, by the way,
yes.
Do you know? Speaking of that,
yes,
we joke around a little bit.
Yes, we do.
But
I still think it's a good idea.
There's this sports talk culture.
Sports talk radio
is as vulgar and as open.
Oh, sure.
As you can imagine.
I'm the old school guys.
So what we just talked about is nothing.
Tame.
Is nothing.
Tame. Okay, it's good.
And I don't push it I have fun.
I'm just saying you could make some money by endorsing some things that people would say, this is Fred Dreyer. Look at this guy is in great shape. Look at you. You're in good shape. And we got the video going here at Roku and on Tiki Live. I noticed you got a little bit of when we come back, I want to find out why that beard's going there. You got a little.
I don't have a beard.
You've got a little beard growth going like you didn't shave.
That's a problem of your eyesight.
I don't
think you're looking at it quite.
Are you getting ready for a part? Usually actors, when they start, grizzling out a little bit, you're ready to head on down to the old corral.
Well, I owe people money, so
is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're sort of in disguise, is that it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Incognito?
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we've got a shoe deal for you. Definitely the laxative. That's the one I didn't even think of.
Some sort of an ass blow situation.
I don't think we need that. Well, maybe a special golf court, maybe a special kind of a chair that's got a hollowed out center in the center of it just for more comfort.
Yes.
There's a lot of things we could get you to endorse. And
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
We're going to make a fortune. That's it, Norton. We're rich.
Hey guys, Ryan the Rhino DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. to find out how you can easily make the change. Call Liberty Health Share today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Hey there! Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you could make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? It's true. According to the 2012 U.S. Census Bureau, college grads with a bachelor's degree make almost twice as much as high school grads. Now, going back to school is easier than ever at Independence University. Log on and complete coursework from the park, or the beach, or even your couch watching the kids. And Independence University gives you the tools, a free tablet and laptop for undergrad students to use and keep when they graduate. That's right, get a laptop so you can go to college from anywhere. Take the first step to a new career in business, information technology, healthcare, or graphic arts. Call to find the online degree program that's right for you, and you could be on your way to increasing your earning potential.
800-989-1361. 800-989-1361. That's 800-989-1361.
Welcome back here to the lounge. It's the Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dryers. 2 safeties in one game in the same quarter, way back in 19. And this was against Minnesota, or was it Green Bay?
This was against the Milwaukee Yellow Jackets.
Jim Delgado was one of the quarterbacks. I remember that. See, I'm remembering this stuff now.
Yeah, somewhere.
And the other guy was Stan Kroenke. And you got them both. You got them both. Anyway, welcome back here to the show. So we're talking a little bit about some things here. And there was a game played earlier in the week. And Fred is, I'm going to let you talk about this because he's trying to blame the manager. And this was a game between the Cardinals and the Dodgers. And when you watch this series between the Cardinals and the Dodgers, I think there's like 3 wins over so many games, the thousands of games they've played together. One team has won 3 more than the other. These are 500 ball club teams that just kind of knock each other out back and forth, kind of like with the Dodgers and the Giants and other teams when they play. And so in this scenario, Clayton Kershaw is pitching a gem. And it is a shutout game that I think the Dodgers scored on a home run in the first inning. And now we're in the bottom of the 9th, and it's still 1-0.
We're the top of the 9th.
Or top of the 9th, pardon me. That's right, top of the 9th. That's a home game. Dodgers are playing at home. Top of the 9th, and Kershaw's on the mound in the 9th inning. I let this guy, if he wants to play, Clayton Kershaw, if he wants to pitch in the 9th inning, you got it, Clayton. Show me you can make a complete game. Forget the pitch count. Just go out there and do it. You, however, have a different story. You think that the manager succumbed to him.
It's circumstantial, isn't it?
So tell me the evidence. You're witness.
He had a 2-hitter going into the top of the 9th, ahead 1-0.
Correct.
He'd already gone through the Cardinal lineup 4 times.
Yeah.
That's a good hitting lineup.
Yeah.
That's a very shaky, tenuous, tight game for both pitchers. Both pitchers played
very well.
They played beautifully. Lance Lynn pitched a beautiful game.
And they were almost going to take him out, and he convinced the manager that he was going to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Well, but
it's not about him.
I'm going to bring it back as soon as you go do your thing.
I don't know why you would. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
So
here's the scenario.
Yes.
Instead of sitting down after 8 innings with 2 hits, And this you put your team in a position to win, turn it over to Kenley Jansen.
That's the closer for the Dodgers.
He's the best in the business.
Right.
Just turn it over to him so he pitches to the 8th, 9th, and leadoff batter. Those
Okay.
are the positions that are coming up in the top of the 9th.
All right.
Yeah? Okay. So they bring Kershaw back out.
Yeah.
And so my question is, as he walks out to the mound, he's at 97 pitches. I say, why are you bringing him back out? Not because of the pitch count, but because of the fact that he's been through the lineup 4 times and you don't need it. Give the lineup in St. Louis a complete different look at a different pitcher to get 3 outs.
So I let Clay go
well,
ahead.
Just let me finish.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I got to explain it to you. Otherwise, this whole thing only works because if you understand the situation.
Okay.
So the leadoff hitter hits a hard single to center field. Now you got a guy on first base.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody out.
Yep.
Second guy gets up, a pitch hitter, by the way,
Yep.
gets up and hits a slow roller to third. Third baseman throws him out at first, allowing the guy on first to go to second in scoring position with 1 out.
1 out.
This is where I go right to the bullpen and bring in Kenley Jansen.
Really?
That's exactly correct. This is your game to win or lose. This is your game to make sure we win it.
Well, okay.
But just a second.
Oh, there's more.
Of course. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. So the next batter gets up, and what do you think happens? The self-fulfilling prophecy in all baseball. You got a guy in second. You're trying to protect the lead. This is a win. You got 2 outs to win it. You got your ace on.
Right.
So what does the ace do? He throws a bunch of curveballs, and one of them goes into the ground, a foot in front of the plate, and skids away from the catcher.
First pitch to the guy.
Allowing the guy from second base to score and tie it up.
So
you now take away that beautiful performance. He's now no longer of record, and the team now has to go to extra innings, which is you don't want to go to extra innings. It was a complete disaster. All they had to do is say, Clayton, thanks you got 8 in the 3rd innings. God bless you. Sit down. Bring Kenley in here for 2 outs and win the freaking game. And instead, guess what?
Do I have a chance to talk now?
Please.
Well, there's no more time left.
Well, that's radio.
Okay, Mr. Armchair, the guy.
I'm not an armchair. That thing unfolded like you can't believe.
Going to come back and give you my read on the situation when we come back here. Don't forget you can email Fred _Dryer on Twitter at facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer, and email him at freddryer, DRYER, at crntalk.com. We'll be back. It is The Lounge. Stay with us on CRN.
This is the Mungle on Movies. I'm Matt Mungle. We haven't had a Pirates of the Caribbean movie since 2011, but May 26th that all changes with the release of Dead Men Tell No Tales. Javier Bardem comes aboard as Captain Salazar and is excited about joining the franchise.
It's pretty amazing. Also the talent involved. Jeffrey Rush, Orlando, Johnny. To work with those guys, it's to work with some of the best actors out there. As they say, it's a no-brainer.
For more reviews, interviews, and stuff, go to mungleshow.com or follow me on Twitter at The Mungle.
This is Bill's yard, and Bill's a grill master, not a grass expert. Still, no weeds belong in this backyard barbecue kingdom. And with Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, Bill's greasy thumb is just as good as a green thumb. Because Scott's thickens lawns to help crowd out over 50 pesky weeds. So Bill can defeat invaders, green up his lawn, and hold his spatula high. This is a Scott's yard. Pick up Scott's Weed and Feed today.
I'm Richard A. Nixon, author of America: An Illusion of Freedom. If you're sick and tired of having 9 unelected Supreme Court justices running our country, nullifying our votes by finding things in our Constitution that don't exist, and ignoring things in our Constitution that do exist, in short, if you're sick and tired of their rewriting the U.S. Constitution, and you want to do something about it, read my book, America: An Illusion of Freedom. It shows that beginning in 1803, the Supreme Court has been rewriting, distorting, and intentionally misinterpreting the Constitution to the point where 9 unelected lawyers in robes are in charge of our freedoms. You will be shocked when you read how the 14th Amendment has been misused, but also how easily it can be fixed. For more information or to order a copy of my book, America: An Illusion of Freedom, go to crntalk.com/Nixon. That's crntalk.com/Nixon.
Credit cards are sure fun to use, perhaps a little addicting, and they kind of make you feel rich. Well, if you're like most Americans, you've got over 5 maxed out credit cards in your pocket right now, and you can barely make the minimum payments, right? I'd like to personally recommend a company called DebtHelper.com. DebtHelper.com is a licensed and insured nonprofit debt management agency. They can help cut your interest rates by as much as 50% and lower your monthly payments, saving you thousands of dollars in finance charges on your credit card bills. DebtHelper.com does not lend money. Debt Helper's program could have you paying off your credit card debt in full in a 3 to 5 year period. Call DebtHelper.com right now for your free confidential consultation today. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. 866-706-3328. Credit Card Management Services, Inc. DBA, DebtHelper.com. 1325 North Congress Avenue, number 201, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33401. Down payment of debt may be creditors to increase finance and other charges or undertake collection activity, including litigation.
Hey Lorraine, do you realize that your mother, my mother-in-law, Chef Maria, has been serving Las Vegas since 1949?
Yes, I do, Dennis. That's when she first met Howard Hughes, who fell in love with her cooking.
And in 1955, she opened her first restaurant on Fremont Street.
Yes, dear. And another great customer was Liberace.
Wow. Then in 1962, while Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack were causing global excitement on the Las Vegas Strip, your family opened their second restaurant.
And in 1972, Elvis Presley began electrifying Las Vegas audiences and eating in our restaurant.
You know, Lorraine, this is quite a town. There's only one Las Vegas.
And there's only one Bootlegger Italian Bistro.
Folks, when you're in Las Vegas, come visit us. We'll make you feel like you're part of our family.
The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, conveniently located at 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard, South Strip. Visit our website at www.bootleggerlasvegas.com.
We are back in the Sports Lounge, we being yours truly, Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dreyer. So, okay, if you're just joining us, Fred gave the scenario of a game that was played last week here, early in the week, and it was the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Clayton Kershaw, 1-0, a home run in the first inning, top of the ninth inning. He still stays in the game. He's 97 pitches or something, and the manager, Dave Roberts, leaves him in. First guy gets a single. Second guy grounds to third. They throw him out at first. The runner advances to second. You got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And the next pitch is a wild pitch. Not only a wild pitch, it hits the ground, bounces away from the catcher, Grandal. He can't see it anywhere. It almost goes into the camera well. The runner scores all the way from second into home. The game is not tied 1-1. Fred is saying they should have pulled him. Here's what I'm saying. The inning before, they had a pitcher on the Cardinals, and we thought he was going to be pulled out. He went out there, and the manager says, "You got something?" He says, "Yeah, you're going to stay with it." If there's anybody that you can trust with the game ball, it's Clayton Kershaw with 117 pitches. I don't like the pitch count. I think he could stay in there. I think he could make the game happen. I say, who's going to fault a guy throwing a wild pitch? Kenley Jansen could have come in and thrown a wild pitch, for God's sakes, going getting away. So it's like, it's not that they got a hit. It's not that they scored it on a big smash. They're not hitting and beating the heck out of Kershaw. He's still pinpointing it. And it's like he got the next 2 outs after that, and the game was tied, and they went to 13 innings before the Dodgers finally won it. So I don't think you can fault Dave Roberts on that. I don't know where you're coming off on that.
You really don't.
No.
Who's the manager of the team?
Dave Roberts.
Yeah, is it Kershaw or Dave Roberts?
And here's the deal. Dave Roberts knows that he can rest up his bullpen when Kershaw's there, so he's probably thinking, look, if Clayton's got it, if he thinks he can go, I'll let him finish this game because I don't have to get my bullpen up.
That's not right.
And as it happened, he had to get his bullpen up and take him to the 13th inning.
No, that's not the reason he did that.
Your microphone's turned there. There you go. You want to talk into it. That's good. Yeah.
What about that?
That's good. Anyway, so
that's not the reason.
I like Dave Roberts. I think
so
I wouldn't fault him.
So do I. But put it where it is. Dave Roberts' job is to bring home the win under any circumstances.
That's true, and he did. 13 innings.
Yeah, but you cannot jeopardize. Here's what it is. Dave's decision belies his belief in Kershaw to deliver a win.
What do you mean?
Because what Kershaw did was pitch beautifully for 8 innings.
Yes, and still in the ninth he pitched well, except for one
No, he
wild
didn't.
pitch. One wild pitch.
No,
and I'm
he
telling
gave,
you, Fred Dreyer.
he gave up a base hit to lead off the inning. And normally they say, okay, that's enough.
If he puts the guys down, no one's even talking about this. Because there was a wild
If
pitch.
were horses, beggars would ride.
And it could have gone the opposite way. Kenley Jansen could have a night off, and he could.
If
armchair
Kershaw hadn't given up
quarterbacking.
a home run to the kid in St. Louis 4 years ago, they might have been in the World
I
Series.
support Dave Roberts in this decision.
I
Now,
don't.
here's the real problem.
I don't.
I was not watching that game. I happened to tune into the game. I thought, wait, there's a Dodger game on. It was around 9 o'clock. I better tune in. So I tune into that game, and Clayton Kershaw is on the mound on the top of the ninth inning. There's a runner at second base, and I'm watching the game. Oh, I can watch this game. The Dodgers are ahead 1-0. The first pitch I see is a wild pitch by Clayton Kershaw. So I think it's me. I think I actually, by tuning into the game, jinxed that whole setup and scenario there. That's what I think. Because the only play I saw was the wild pitch. And then I said they rerun the game, so I started watching the rerun of the game.
And then you
You're
realize.
looking at me like you start to believe that I was a jinx. I tuned it in.
Well,
and
you
I
are a
saw,
jinx.
I saw the wild pitch.
I've seen the results of your jinxes.
I'm telling you, just there watching it. Oh my
It's
gosh!
all the water under the bridge. And if I'm the manager, and the owner says to me, "Hey, look, he's at 100 pitches. What is the reason you leave him in? So he can get satisfaction?"
No, because he's Clayton Kershaw and he can do it.
That's the problem.
That's it.
He waves. He intimidates
Thank
the
goodness
staff.
we got
He intimidates the staff.
Love him to death. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, I love him too.
There should be more pitchers like that.
I do not want to sit there and watch Clayton as a manager just pitch himself out of a win and pitch us into extra innings.
Well,
that's the job of the manager. So there it is.
I'm telling you.
I'm correct.
I think you're wrong. Yeah, well, there you go. Here's another one for you. We got a guy in the NFL. He's a player. This guy he wants to in the 2017 season, we want to meet this guy. His name is Bernard Reedy, Reedy. He's trying to secure a spot on the Tampa Bay Bucks, but his job with a company called Care Ride, he's got going for him. They provide transportation to people in wheelchairs. He took that job in 2015 after being waived by the Atlanta Falcons, and he kept the job even after being signed to future contracts by the Buccaneers in 2016. So the job pays $11 an hour, but it's clear that he cares about his clients. He says, quoting now, "You may think you're sacrificing a lot. You hear somebody else's story. When you pick up the same people every week, you get attached to them." So even if he ends up with another great contract deal with the NFL, Reedy still says he'd come back to Care Ride after he hangs up his helmet. $11 an hour and he's doing it. This is a good player. Sign him. This isn't like your guy up there in Seattle that you're talking about. This is he was waived. He tore his meniscus, and he cares about his clients. He knows what's going on, so he has been doing this Care Ride. He's signed up to the end of the season. He might be coming back in 2017, but he's got a job in the Care Ride
while he's mending.
Yeah,
while he's mending,
but he's going to keep it no matter what. For $11, he's going to do it. And he's probably made a lot more than that in the NFL.
What's his name?
His name is Reedy, Bernard Reedy, Reedy. Bernard,
and his manager set this up for him?
No, I don't know if he set him up.
No, to get him the job.
I don't think if his agent got him the job.
Quit football to do this? I mean,
well, he was between work and he did a job for them. Look, what do you think about it? Go ahead and follow Fred Dreyer. He's always on Twitter right there, one of the outstanding guys. Fred_Dreyer, Dryer. And you can get him on Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. If you want to really write something about this guy, Bernard Reedy, and talk about it, Kershaw,
he's fine.
It's Fred Dreyer.
Yeah, he's fine.
Fred Dreyer at CRNTalk.com. All right, and you get that going there. So would you support Reedy? You like this guy? Sure. Yeah. Don't take your headphones up. We're not done. We're going up to the break here, for God's sakes. You just kind of lean back when you hear that music and you're out of it.
Well, what do you play the music for?
It's a minute to go into the break right now. That's what we got going.
So are we still on?
Yes, Yes, that's it.
I'm Mr. Radio. I should know this.
I know. should. But every time that happens, I give out something or other just because I always give out your email address. You just sort of sit back.
So
in the
are you
chair.
doing it right now? Give it out.
No, I already
You're talking
did it.
about Reedy. I love Reedy, but how's that going to help me today with this spot we're doing?
I don't know. We got the thing. And you've got something. We come straight ahead. What are we going to talk about here?
I'm going to talk about the freeway, how I get home after this thing's over with.
We're going to give you Fred's route in case you want to stand around.
Exactly how I'm going. So
All right,
if you
we're-
happen to have an extra RPG on you.
We're going to a break now. You can take the headphones off. Relax.
Here we go.
Finding the right software to run your business can feel as intimidating as starting a business in the first place. It can be done, but you need the right resources. Stop wasting time on free trials that go nowhere. Get advice from people who've been there on Capterra.com. Capterra helps you find the software solution for your business needs. It's an easy-to-use website with over 400 categories of software to choose from. Whether you need help with project management, customer service, or email marketing, Capterra is the place to go. They have thousands of ratings and reviews from actual software users just like you. And here's the best part. Using Capterra is absolutely free. There's no obligation. You don't even need to register. It's a free resource that will help you make the right software decision. Every month, millions of people use Capterra to find their business software. Join them in running a better business by visiting Capterra.com today. That's Capterra, Capterra.com. Capterra.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
We're back here in the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn, Fred Dreyer. So let me ask you: is it in baseball? Is it the center fielder's call when there's a ball is hit in like left, right center or left center? Is it the center fielder? Does he have the call?
He's got the call.
So I'm seeing Jock Peterson. Apparently, he's not being heard because there was a game. I think the same game with Kershaw where the left fielder made a catch over his head and then Puig in right field smashed into him with his elbow. And it's like there's no communication going out there in the field. What's the deal? Yeah.
Zero. Guy's an idiot.
So
people killed.
Yeah, Peterson needs to shout out and say, "I got this ball."
He's done that a lot, by the way.
Yeah,
I like him. I like
do.
that kid. But someone's got to tell him. You know, it's like the NBA. How do you forget to play defense? You know, how does someone have to show you how to play defense? You say, "Oh, gee, we didn't play very good defense today." Well, why didn't you? Oh, I don't know.
That's it. So the Raiders, are they moving to Las Vegas? Is it going to be you were going to talk about a little extracurricular activity?
Here's
in those
what's
games.
interesting
What's
about
going on?
the Raiders. You know,
Yeah.
they got this new stadium they're building out there. In Las Vegas.
Right.
The Vegas Stadium Authority. The board unanimously approved the team's lease at their soon-to-be $1.9 billion stadium that will open up in 2020. Now, the conversation centers around gaming and gambling. The Stadium Authority and Nevada gaming officials say there is nothing in the lease blocking access to popular mobile sports betting apps while you're watching the game.
So you'd be able to bet while you're watching the game?
Yes, you would. But here's what they're going to do now.
Get Pete
Now
Rose
the
out there.
league, the commissioner, Roger Goodell, has now said, well, look, we haven't been approached for any policy decisions regarding the stadium's mobile betting issue. So what they're going to do is they'll probably just, while the game is going on, instead of pulling your phone out and make a bet from your seat, they just block the app. They just block it.
They
So
block it?
you can't do that. You can go down after the game or before the game and make bets.
Right.
But during the game, you can't play. You can't push and pull the score while the game's going on.
How about the Rams? They're, because of all the rains in Southern California, their new stadium that we're sitting in here when we do our show, if you watch us on TV, it's not going to be completed. It's going to be a year later. So now I guess Florida's going to get a Super Bowl before Los Angeles. It's going to be 2021 for the
Tampa Bay. It's going to go into a sinkhole. Tampa.
What do you mean a Tampa sinkhole?
Tampa the sinkhole.
That's going to be it? What are you unwrapping there? You got some kind of a gift or something that you're opening up?
Somebody sent me a Harry and David
what
situation.
What happened from Harry and David?
Well, Harry or David, maybe both of them, got together and decided they like our show, The Lounge, and sent us a pile of candy.
Well, there you have it. That's pretty nice.
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah, you got different boxes there. You're like opening up like
Christmas
Christmas
big ones, the
gifts
small ones, and here's one here that looks just. Actually, I got a card. Best wishes from a longtime listener, Desi, D-E-S-S-Y. She says, I hope you enjoy the goodies. May the good Lord always bless you with
nice.
Love and care. Thank you so much, Desi. We really appreciate that, as we always do when people send us nice gifts.
You're really digging into
Look
those.
at that.
Look, you got like
Look at this freaking
truffles. He's got truffles and it's sitting here. Don't eat those until we're through with the show. Those are nice, beautiful. Okay, Adrian Beltre is going to be starting to make his debut. I guess I didn't realize he hadn't been playing already.
Yeah, he's been.
Adrian Beltre is for the Texas Rangers, outstanding third baseman.
He took 2 months off.
He's yet to play this season because of a strained right calf.
Yeah, his calf hurts.
And they said he's made progress now.
Oh,
and
we're hoping for him.
And the manager there said he ran the bases before the Tuesday's game. He was evaluated on Thursday, and he could be sent to Arizona for extended spring training. He says, physically, we're getting much closer, but there's still more beyond running the bases here. That's what Jeff Bannister, the manager of Texas, said.
Yeah, you'll never convince me as a person, forget my sports background, but you will never get me to agree that these guys are hurt.
You have a problem with injuries like that.
I've got a big-time problem.
You don't like the hamstring, do you?
I've had all the injuries in the world, and we go to practice with them, we play with them, we push through them because that's what you do.
Yes.
And not foolishly. If there's something wrong with you and you're hurt, then sit out. But for the most part, you can't tell me that a guy hurts his calf and now misses 2 months of the season because he can't seem to play his position. And while he's making $38 million.
You would have him out there even with a bad calf?
Well, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have him on the team.
Oh, you'd get rid of him.
I'd just say, you know what, here's what you're going to do. This year, you're going to earn that money in Double-A.
Well,
you can do that.
You can. You can
yes,
put him
you
down.
can. You just say, guess what? Let's see how good your ankle and your calf seem to be when you're down there riding a bus league.
Some players may like that.
Well, good. We're going to put him there.
That's good.
We're doing him a service, actually.
Be playing on the Colin Kaepernicks. That'd be one of the new teams you could play on.
It's just really tough.
Yeah, you are very intolerant of injuries, and you when you played on the Rams.
No. Here's what I'm intolerant of.
Yes.
Forgive me.
Okay.
I don't wish to overspeak, but I'm not overly tolerant of injuries. But what I am is I'm understanding that people get hurt.
Right.
And it's the language by which you address the injury to get back into the playing field. And I look at this stuff, a pulled calf muscle for 2 months. I'm saying, what could possibly he be doing? Is he putting ice on it? What's he doing with it? You could take the laser, Dr. Shep's laser, and you could put that on there for 3 or 4 straight days, and you could be running down the street. I know, because it's happened.
It's happened to me too. I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, so there it is.
Okay, so you've got to want to play. Can we have some of your candy now?
Yeah, you want some?
Yes.
Yeah, here you go.
It's The Lounge, coming to you from CRN, the Competition Radio Network. For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty.
Kaanapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or Gulf fairway. Come experience Kaanapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Kaanapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit KaanapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
This report is brought to you by Odor Eaters. It's time for America to stop and smell the sneakers. Kids from all over the country came to raise a stink in New York City for the National Odor Eaters Rotten Sneaker Contest. Hosted at Ripley's Believe It or Not, the competition tests the true limits of sneaker odor. This year's contest was comprised of 6 contestants, ages 7 to 13. Rachel Hers, veteran judge of smell.
You can really sense the amount of pride that these kids have in being stinky. I only wish my sense of smell didn't have to suffer for it.
All 6 competitors really showed us the funky, but only one sneaker could truly take the title of nation's smelliest. Winner Mason Young Hiss from Berthoud, Colorado, was this year's winner of the Golden Sneaker Award. $2,500, a 2-night stay in New York City, tickets to see Aladdin on Broadway, plenty of Odor Eaters products, and a place in the Odor Eaters Hall of Fumes. For more information, visit odoreaters.com or the Odor Eaters Rotten Sneaker Contest Facebook page.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for 2. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
We are back here in the Sports Lounge. Michael Horn, the Sultan of safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game. In the same quarter, the All-Pro defensive end played for the Rams, played for the New York Giants. The acting legend Hunter, oh boy, I'm telling you, one of the great stars of our time. Land's End, Agent X, Crisis, all these good shows. You were on, I forgot that you were on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Yeah.
Didn't you get killed in that episode?
He got shot right in the head.
You're an expert at that. I understand there's a call for that over guys that can get shot.
Fred, here's what we want to do. We want to block the scene out. Here's what he did. He says, you're going to be sitting there, and you hear the noise behind you, and you turn, and you whip real close, and you're going to be in a real tight shot. I'm going to have you in the tight close-up. And then we're going to hear an off-camera explosion. That's the bullet leaving the gun. And the bullet will come out, and we'll see it strike your forehead. And, of course, you know, to do that, you know what they do?
What do they do?
They put a real fine monofilament line attached to a piece of skin like putty, and they place it wherever they want to place it, right here.
And it blows open.
No, and so as soon as you hear it, then you recoil, and the guy off stage pulls the monofilament line, exposing a red dot. That's how they do it.
Is that how they do it?
Yeah. It was great. I got shot right in the head.
And so, and that's what they do to some of the legend actors when they put you on shows. Is I think they like to bring the legends on because it brings the ratings up. But for some reason, I've seen it happen to Ed Asner. I've seen it happen to other people. Ed Asner got hit by a bus. He was just standing there on Hawaii 5-0, and the bus just came and ran right over him.
Yeah.
They just plowed him down. They shoot in the head with a bullet.
Well, the driver saw it wasn't in the script. The driver saw that it was Ed, and so they.
Now, our buddy Tommy Lasorda, we love him to death. He is a
Yep.
good man. He's been in the hospital with an infection or something, and they say he should be released. He's 89 years old. He was in the hospital last year, but I'm hoping he's going to be back because we need to get him on this show. I love Tommy.
Tommy is the best. He's a great guest. He'll he's at the age now where you can pretty much ask him anything, and he'll say anything.
Yeah.
So he'll tell you how it is.
And we were talking about Jock Peterson and whether the center fielder should call plays, and he was in an altercation there where the left fielder caught a ball over his shoulder, his head on one play, and then Yasiel Puig ran into him. And apparently he's got this strained neck because Yasiel Puig's arm went right into his neck.
Yeah, I saw that. He got hit pretty good.
Yeah, and then he went up into the wall.
Yeah, I was surprised Yasiel showed back up again. He came he came off the field and then went up and took his at bat.
Yeah.
So.
And he held on to the ball.
He
made the
did a
catch.
good job.
That was a pretty good job.
Yeah, that kid plays. He's very aggressive out there, which I like. I always, like many do, they second guess his thinking capacity under certain situations.
But he's been seeming like he's been doing better.
Yeah, he has been doing a lot better. He's having a pretty good year, actually.
You got the Stanley Cup coming up, and we got. Looks like Nashville is going into it now for the first time. They beat out the Ducks.
How about that?
So
yeah.
I think that'll.
Well, they're gonna pass it around. You know?
Yeah, get Nashville, get in there, let them a shot at doing some stuff over there. That'll be pretty good.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl's going back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, well, the Los Angeles will get it as soon as they get a stadium.
Well, it's flooded out, so it'll be ready in 2020.
Is it pretty messy? Have you gone out there to take a look at that?
I flew over it.
You did fly over
in
it?
an airplane, yeah. That was a huge hole there and a lot of water. There was a lot of water in there. I understand that the water isn't necessarily the reason it's behind schedule.
Really?
That's right. There's other things going on there.
Well, it rained about 50 some odd days, didn't our friend
No,
Andy
it did.
Camacho tell us?
It rained.
They only called for like
chunk.
17 days overall, and it was already 50
that was
plus
foolish.
days.
That was foolish to assume that.
Who would have thunk?
You're going to have 3 years with the 17 days. That's not right.
Don't forget, you can follow Fred on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. On Twitter, Fred_Dreyer, DRYER, and always email him, Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. Of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But if cutting-edge technology is more your style, you'll be happy to know that CRN is now available on Wi-Fi radio. Simply log on to Reciva.com, that's RECIVA.com, and look for CRN. You can access all of our great shows and listen live anywhere in the world. Be part of your favorite shows and get the full CRN listening experience you would have with any traditional radio.